Happy Earth Day, happy Earth Month, happy Earth. My name's Elle Brodsky. I'm the founder of Yoga Buzz, and we've been partners with the St. Louis Earth Day Festival for, I think, 6 seasons now, for a long time. And so we certainly miss the opportunity to be together in person, but hope you're staying safe and healthy and look forward to the time when we can get together to breathe and move and enjoy each other's company again. Today, I'm going to lead us through some gentle movement here in one of my favorite places in St. Louis, Forest Park, which is, of course, as you know, the home of the St. Louis Earth Day Festival. So we're going to do some gentle movement, and then I'm going to guide you through a 5 senses meditation. And I really encourage you to take your phone, take your device, and go outside for this practice. And if you can't, no worries. I'm going to share a bit of what I'm enjoying here at Forest Park today to integrate into that 5 senses meditation that we'll do at the end of our practice. So, if you are outside, take a moment to clear yourself a spot where you can sit without sitting on, like nature things that would be a little uncomfortable. And take a comfortable seat, whatever that looks like for you, whether it's kneeling or with legs crossed or sitting on a chair or a bench. And take a moment to connect with your breath. Just take a few full deep breaths. And take note of how you're feeling today, the sensation within your body of physical experience or of emotions or thoughts that maybe are swirling around without engaging with them, just taking notice. One of the beautiful parts about the traditional practice of yoga is it's intended to be a way to connect with the 5 elements within our own body, as well as enjoying the 5 elements of the world out around us as well. So take a moment as you connect here. You can close your eyes or take your gaze somewhere out in front of you. And just take a moment to reflect on how you are a product of this planet. You are nourished by this planet. You're supported by this planet. You are housed by this planet. And taking a moment to really send gratitude to this planet of Earth that we live on. And if you feel so inspired, perhaps setting an intention for your practice today, whether it is to send some love and energy to nature or to fill yourself up with some sunlight. Or perhaps it's an intention of doing better at taking care of the planet around you or of the people on this planet that are your neighbors. Let's take one more full deep round of breath here, inhaling as much as you can. And exhale to release the breath out through the mouth. And then from here, let's start by honoring the body as part of nature. So take and rub your hands together. And so the friction of your palms rubbing begins to create some heat, even rubbing at the base of the palms. Then take and rub your hands on your face. So go up and down, giving some special attention to any places that feel particularly good. Get your neck. You can give yourself a little scalp massage. And then take one hand across to the opposite arm and give yourself some rub in circles on your arm from your shoulder down to your upper arm, your elbow, forearm, wrist, and then the hands. And then switch and go to the other side. Shoulder, upper arm, elbow, forearm, hands. And then rub your hands together like you're washing your hands, which we've gotten really good at, I think, over this last year especially. Rubbing the back of your hands. And then take your hands to your belly and go up on the right side, cross over the top of the abdomen, down on the left, and then across on the lower belly. So you're making a big circle here. This is to help stimulate digestion, which in yoga is said to be the seat of the element of fire, transmuting food into fuel for the body. And then from here, bring your hands to your hips, give them some circles to your thighs, to your knees. Ooh, I'm gonna roll down the hill. To your shins, calves, ankles, and even your feet. And then once you're done from there, let's come into tabletop, so hands and knees. So hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Let's take a couple of rounds of cat and cow here. So flexing and extending through the spine. Moving slowly so that you can feel the articulation of this movement. Just noticing how it changes. It creates a ripple effect. So it's not just your back moving, but maybe as you take your heart forward, you feel your belly stretch. Or as you round through your spine, maybe you feel your hands press into the ground. There's a relationship throughout the entirety of the body. Then let's come into a neutral spine from here. You can stay in tabletop or reach your hips back towards your heels. You can come down onto forearms or walk your hands forward for child's pose. And if you are just straight up on the ground like I am here, then in child's pose, perhaps taking in the visual of what's there. The leaves, the stones, the sticks, pieces of bark. I'm sure there's some bugs in here too. And take one more round of breath here. And shift yourself up through hands and knees. And what we'll do here is bring your right foot forward and then spin your left shin back behind you so that you come up into what we'll call a little baby warrior two, with your right knee over the right ankle, turning towards the side of your space so that your right hip is open, is turning out towards the side. Bring your right forearm to the thigh, sweep your left arm up and then overhead. Send some breath in through the left side of the body here. You can also do this seated instead. And then let's move the arm with the breath. So take an inhale here. And then as you exhale, reach the left fingertips forward and down. Inhale, sweep them back and up. A couple more times with your breath, exhaling, reaching down, inhaling, reaching back, or breathing in a different way. Breath connects us to the element of air, obviously. And come back up through the center. Release both hands to the ground. Slide your right leg back, come back in through tabletop, and then we'll switch sides. So bring your left foot forward. Spin your right toes back, just so that you've got a sturdy little baby warrior two here. Left forearm to the left thigh. Right arm reaches up overhead. Big stretch through the right side body here. Take deep inhales into any place in your body that you feel are making space with this stretch. And then we'll add breath with movement. Inhale. Exhale, reach the fingertips, the right fingertips forward and down. Inhale, sweep them back and up. Exhale, forward and down. A couple more times. Moving with your own breath, moving with your own sense of curiosity. And on your next exhale, release your right hand to the ground. Slide your left foot back into tabletop. And then come into seated. Swing your legs out in front of you. Let's take can bring the soles of the feet together to touch, knees open out wide. And you can bring your heels as close or as far from your hips as you'd like, whatever suits the geometry of your body. Take your hands to the top of your knees or the front of your shins. Lift up through your chest, draw your shoulders back. Big breath in. And you're welcome to stay here like this or walk your hands forward and gently bow at the hips. You might even soften your chin in towards your chest. And take 3 more breaths wherever you are. Now on your next inhalation, if you're folded forward, walk your hands back to lift your shoulders up over your hips. Then keep your left hand on your left shin or left knee, right hand behind you, just a gentle twist. There's nowhere to go here, so just think of the rotation through your rib cage here rather than getting too focused on how far back behind you can look. And come back forward, right hand to the right knee or right shin, turn to the left, rotating through the torso. And breathing. And turning to face the front of your space again. And then from here, take a comfortable seat and then option for this guided meditation to stay upright or to lay down or any other way that would be comfortable for you. So take a moment to do what you need for you. As you find your way into a comfortable way of being, begin to deepen your breath. For this guided meditation, we'll explore the 5 elements of earth, water, fire, air, and space. We'll explore their presence in the world around us, as well as our experience of these 5 elements as part of who we are. If you're outside, I encourage you to use the nature around you to support this practice, whether by keeping your eyes open or not. And if you're indoors, then the invitation is to imagine an outdoor scene and call to mind memories of perhaps one of your favorite places outside. We begin with the element of earth, that weighty, supportive, nourishing ground upon which we walk, where we plant our food. Earth shows up in our bodies as our flesh and bones. So feel the element of earth within you as you feel the steady support of the ground supporting your body here and now. Each of our 5 senses are related to the 5 elements, and here earth is connected to our sense of smell. So as you take your next few inhales, notice any smells that you can take in from the world around you. Without identifying them or labeling them, just notice. Next, we move on to water. Water takes many forms of liquid, ice, and steam. And it's malleable in the way that it moves, the way that it's absorbed into the earth. In our bodies, it shows up as all of the liquids that make us who we are. So much of our body is made of water, and it flows through our body as blood as well. Of our five senses, the sense of taste is related to water. So take a moment here and run the tip of your tongue across the outer gums, so the top of the teeth and the bottom of the teeth, between the gums and the lip. A couple times here to activate your salivary glands. Notice any tastes that might be present for you here in this moment. Next, we move to fire. Fire is an incredible element in the way that it can transform one thing to another through the process of fire. So we can enjoy the element of fire out in nature as the sun shining. Fire is related to the body through body heat as well as digestion, the way our body transforms food into nourishment. The sense of sight is related to fire here. Our ability to take in form and color and light and turn it into information. So here, take notice of nature around you, perhaps noticing how the light of the sun shines off of the leaves of trees, or how the color of flowers is interpreted through the process of seeing. Next, we connect with the element of air. Air is this thing that we can't see air specifically, but we can see the impact that it has on the branches of the trees, on blades of grass as a breeze moves through. Air is present in the body as our breath. Our sense of touch is connected with air. So even here, just notice the sensation of your clothing on your skin, the temperature of the air around you on your face, perhaps the feeling of a breeze across the hair on your arms or on your head. And finally, we visit space, the element where everything else resides. Within our own bodies, this is connected to the more subtle experiences of our body beyond the physical, as well as connected to the space between each of our cells. Even our bodies are made of space. Sense of sound is connected to space. The vibration of sound traveling through the ether. Take a moment here to notice any sounds that you hear. Sounds that are far away, and sounds that are closer. Perhaps even sounds from within your own body. And take time to rest here, absorbed in the experience of the 5 elements of earth, water, fire, air, and space. Knowing that it makes the world what it is outside of you as well as your own body. And as you rest, take notice of any information that you're bringing in through the 5 senses of smell, taste, sight, touch, and sound. But notice it rather than getting caught up in it. Spend some time here, and I'll invite you back in a few moments. Begin to deepen your breath. Send little ripples of movement out to your fingers and your toes. If you're lying on the earth, bend your knees and place your soles of the feet onto the ground. Roll onto either side. And slowly, with intention, press yourself up to seated. To close your practice today, you can invite the hands to heart center with the palms pressing, or stack the hands over the surface of the heart, or any other gesture that's meaningful to you today. Take a moment to celebrate the fact that you made time for yourself today, perhaps sending gratitude for the world around you, for being such inspiration, for connecting to the present moment. You can bow your chin to your chest to seal in your practice. Thank you for taking the time to practice today. When we take the time to take good care of ourselves, we make the world a better place. Om, peace, peace, peace. Thank you.